Hey guys, welcome back. In this video we are going to look at posts, and as explained in the last video, a post is like a journal entry or a blog entry. It is a page that you add to your website, but it is considered a post because it is going to post to the home page and is going to post to categories. Now, if you've been clicking around your WordPress installation, you probably found out that WordPress has included some sample files and some sample comments and different things just to give you an idea of how the system works. Really very simple. To create a post, go over to the left menu, click on posts, and you will come to the screen that shows all of the posts that are currently posted to the site. That's a lot of posts, isn't it? You can see that one of the posts that comes posted is the Hello World page. Now, if I go back out to my home page, I'm going to see right here on the home page there is that post for Hello World, and if I click on that, it is going to take me to the post page itself. Now, there's not a whole lot of content there, but this is something that's just going to give you an idea. So when I go into the back-end system and I click on posts, I find Hello World. I can click to open that, and this is how I will edit the file. Now, if you're able to use Microsoft Word, you shouldn't have any problem with the WordPress system because it works very much the same. You can see here is my title, and if I go over here to the page, you can see the title there. And this is what content was in the page, and again, they just give you enough to give you an idea of what's going on. Let me explain what a permalink is. The permalink is the URL to this page on your website, meaning that if I click on this permalink, it will take me to this page. Okay, now you do have some flexibility on permalinks, and we're not going to go in depth in this video. We will do it in another video. When you create a post or page, it will typically append the title into the URL. Now, if you've got a very long title, that can get out of hand really quickly. So it does give you the ability to edit that. If I wanted to call it something other than Hello World, I could do that. I'm okay with it like it is. Again, we will look at permalinks in much more detail shortly. I just wanted to let you know what that is. So getting back to my post of Hello World, let's say I wanted to change that title, and I'm going to change it to "This is our first post." Now, anytime you make a change to the WordPress system, you do have to update it or save it in draft mode, and then you can, your page, your changes are going to be saved. You can also look at it before you save it. If I just want to see what this is going to look like without formally updating it, I can click on Preview Changes, and it will give me a quick preview. Now, you remember this did say Hello World. Now it says this is our first post. Now the page hasn't been saved yet, so if I just exit right now, it's not going to make a change. It's going to continue to say Hello World. I'm going to update the page. I'm going to go back out to Hello World and refresh. And you can see that the title has changed. It's that easy to use WordPress. Now let's go back over here. Let's say I'm not finished yet. I want to change the type here. Now, rather than type in just a bunch of stuff, I'm going to just copy this and just paste it in. And again, you use this interface just like you do Microsoft Word. I am just cutting and pasting. If I want to bold something, I can bold it. If I want to italicize it, I can italicize it. It also will give you the ability to do lists. For example, if I click there and click the bulleted list, you can see it creates the list format for you. And let me back up over this. You can also do numbered lists, that sort of thing. But you use this just like you do Word. And you can type and add till your heart's content. And let's go preview what our changes are going to look like. It's always a good idea to preview just to make sure it looks like you think it's going to look, because sometimes it doesn't look like that. So I click Preview Changes. I go back here, and you can see there's the bold text, there's all the paragraphs that I put in, etc., etc. And let's say, you know, I want this to be italicized, and I want to move it down, and I want to make it a block quote. Now, if you don't know what a block quote is, basically the block quote function just indents your text. So let me go over here and preview the changes. And you can see that I have moved that down. Now this template, when you block quote things, it really just changes the size. We're going to look at how that works in the template that we're actually going to be using. As I said, the template that WordPress comes with is very basic. It's very bare bones. Most people will update to another theme. We're going to do that shortly, and that will change how things look. But I just wanted to give you an idea of how the posting process works. Okay, so let me unblock quote this just so it's not overly confusing to you. Now, if I want to add images to my post, that's really easy to do. All I have to do is click where I like the image to go, click on Add Media, and I'm not sure what media files I have on this computer, but let's go see. Well, I've got lots of dog pictures, as you would expect, because we do animal rescue. So let's choose this picture. You just click on it, click Open. Now, this is going to be inserted into the media library. The media library is where all of your images and video are. And so if I wanted to do alternate text on this, I could do that. If I wanted to type in a description, I could do that. This tells me the URL of where the picture is being stored. And then if I want to align this, I can do that here. I'm going to align this right of my text. I'm not putting a link in, and it asks me, do you want to insert this full size, medium, or thumbnail? I'm going to just use the medium insert and click Insert into Post, and that's a little bogey is that little guy's name. All right, so you can see that it is aligned to the right. It doesn't have a URL. If I wanted to, I could click this. You see here, Insert Edit Link. And if I wanted to, I could have Bogey's picture go to a website. Let's see, MadisonSmallPups.org. This is our animal rescue site. I can click Apply. And so when I update the page, I go back over and refresh the page. We're going to see all of the changes that we just made. For example, there's the italicized text, there's Bogey's picture. All right, and if you'll recall, we did put a link in, so when I click that, it is going to take me over to another website. Okay, so again, the interface here is pretty intuitive. If you've ever used Word, you shouldn't have any problem using this page. Now, another thing to think about is, now that I've got Bogey's picture in here, maybe I would like to have that picture somewhere else. All I have to do is click on it, hold down my mouse, and drag it to the position that I want it to be. Maybe I no longer want it aligned right, I want it aligned left. Okay, and let's say I want to, when the URL opens up, if I click on Link Options, I'm going to open that link in a new tab so the visitor never leaves my page. I'm going to click Update, and everything I'm doing here, I encourage you to play with. You really cannot break this. If you really hose it, you just delete that post and move on. So let's take a look at our changes now. I'm going to click Update. Go back out to the page. Now remember, we moved Bogey's picture. There it is. We moved it down, we left aligned it, and we clicked it where it opens a new page when we click on the link. Okay, so going back over here, there are a few other things on the page I want to talk about. When we do most of the editing, we do it in the visual mode. Visual just simply means what you see is what you get. If you are knowledgeable about HTML or want to edit in text mode, you can click on text. It will show you the actual code that makes up the page. Unless you are well versed in HTML, don't worry about going into the text area. If you do, there are certain buttons here. You can bold, you can do a link, but it's all done within the HTML itself. If you are a beginner, stay in the visual mode. All right. One of the downsides of WordPress, and it's not really a downside, it's just the way that WordPress is designed, is you'll probably recommend or realize in Word that to change the color of text, you just go up and there's a little icon there. Well, Word doesn't have that. And that's one of the things that confuses a lot of users. And the reason is this. WordPress rather is a theme-driven content management system, meaning a lot of the colors, for example, the color of your headline, the color of bold text, it is all determined in the settings. So you do have the ability to change colors and that sort of thing if you know how to do it within the HTML. Otherwise, that sort of thing is going to be handled by the style sheet and the theme of your site. Okay. Few other things here. We will look at the insert read more tag. Now, what that means is, let me go back over here and let's go back to the home page. All right, and I went too far. Let me go back here. So you can see on our home page, when we put our blog post up, it posted the blog post to the front page, but it also posted all of the content from our blog post. Now, you can do this if you like that. The problem is your home page is going to get really unruly. What I like to do is actually use the insert more feature. So on the home page, there's just a thumbnail of text and an image, and then I click to read more. For example, on this one, I click there and I will go and see there's the entire page there. The way that you accomplish this is with the insert read more tag. So if I only want that first paragraph to show up on the home page, let me just back this up so it's not as confusing. What I can do is go to where I want it to break, click on insert more, and now when I click on update and go back to the home page, you can see that it has inserted this that says continue reading. That's what the read more tag does. It breaks your blog post where you want it to break, and then you click to continue reading at that point on your page. Okay? Now, I don't know if you realized it or not or noticed, but we don't have a nice picture here. The reason is the image that you use in your blog post when you use the more tag. If it was before the more tag, you would see it, but it's after the more tag. So what a lot of themes use is a featured image. Now, all I'm doing is scrolling to the bottom of the page, and I'm going to set a featured image. Now, the featured image can be the same image that you use. It is just going to size it at, I think it's 200 pixels for this particular theme. I'll have to check that for you. So I've set that as the featured image. Let me click update again. Go back out to our home page. And okay, it did not size it, but it actually put it on the home page there. Again, this is the bare bones theme. Some of the themes, particularly the ones that I use, will actually, let me go back and show you, will actually size the image for the home page. Now, what you can do to make sure is you can actually upload two sizes. For example, that's what I do on this website, is I actually do a 200 by 200 pixel thumbnail. That's going to be the featured image, and then in the article itself I embed a larger image. So again, this is something you play with. You might not mind having that large picture on your home page. It's certainly a cutie, and what it does is it puts the featured image before your text. Okay, and then again, when I click continue reading, it's going to take me to the entire post. All right, hope that's making sense. Again, it's not difficult. After you do this a few times, you'll be able to do this really quickly. I mean, if I wasn't going through this in such a methodical way, we could have this website literally built in no time. Let me just cover a few other things. As with all pages on WordPress, if you have any questions about the page you're on, you can click the Help menu and it will walk you through things. There's quick links to documentation, shows you how to title and post editor, how to insert media. Everything that we talk about in these videos, you can find up in the Help menu. There are also screen options. If there are other things you want to see on the screen, you can do so. For example, if you just want your layout to be one column, you can choose that. If you want to see the number of revisions, etc., I think that a lot of that stuff just kind of junks up the screen. So I just kind of use it minimally. This will just tell us the status of the page. We're in edit mode. We haven't launched it yet, so it's actually we have, so it's in public view. If I wanted to take this away from public view, I could click on that and either make it a password protected page or a private page, meaning that I'm the only one that's going to be able to see it. Again, these are things you can play with. You can change the settings. This shows you that I've made 6 revisions to this, and it actually will even show you the revisions if you need to know such a thing. All right, and I encourage you to explore in here. And again, there are documents here that tell you what everything is. This says we published this on June 24th at 1939. All right. Another thing are format pages. Now, again, depending on the theme that we end up using, we may or may not have these things. But when you change the format, depending on the theme, it can also change the page. Now, let's see what this does. I was using standard. I'm going to click Aside, Update. And let's go back out to our page and see what that did. Okay, really didn't do much. So again, all of these themes are different. Some of them do have the different views. Some of them will let you just do a 1 column as opposed to a 2 column. This is, you know, with this theme you can do an image page, a video page. The best thing to do, at least starting out to avoid confusion, just leave it formatted standard. And if you want to know more about these sort of things, you can certainly go figure that out on your own. But again, it's all thematic. When we install the theme that we're going to use for this website, you're going to see some differences. Okay, so don't get too caught up in all of this stuff. This video is just to teach you how to change a post, how to add a post. We'll talk more about categories and tags in another video. So we're finished with this post, so I'm going to update it. And then I'm going to go back out to my post menu. So what we did in that post was edit an existing page. Now we're going to create a new page. Very simple to do. Click on Add New. And we get a blank template. And we're going to say this is our second post. Let's drop some type in there. Whoops. Sometimes my fingers do not cooperate with my brain. There we go. That's why these videos are free, because you get to see all the boo-boos and everything that goes with it. Okay, so we're going to dump in some text. Let's add an image. We're going into our image library. Let's upload a new file. You just click and follow the directions. And let's see, I got so many dog pictures here. It's amazing. All right, so let's grab this image of that we used to promote the course. And again, it's going to show me over here the URL. If I wanted to put in some alternate text, I could do that. I'm going to set this aligned it right, and I'm going to leave it on 300. Insert that into post. And when you add a new post, I'm going to save that draft. And now we're going to preview this post and see what it looks like. All right, so there's our post, there's our title, there's our text, there's our image. Now, let me update this. Now remember, I haven't put in a read more bar yet. So let's go ahead and publish. Let's go back to our home page and see what's there. All right, we just posted our second post. There it is. And there was our first post. So again, if I don't want the entire post showing, I can go back into my tool. I can choose where I want to break the page. I just click and insert read more tag, update. And then when we go back out to the home page, oh, well, I have too many windows open. There we go. When I go back out to the home page, it's going to have the continue reading there. So my home page now has 2 posts, and I've used the read more bar or the read more function to go in and actually change where the line breaks. And that is it. So again, I could go in here, I could add a featured image, I could change categories, etc., etc. We are not going to dive into all that yet. I just wanted to show you how to add a post, how to edit a post, and of course, when you add and edit, you can also delete. If I go back to my all posts, you're going to see both of my posts now. And if I want to delete the first one, I can just click to trash it. I can choose move to trash. I can edit it again. I can do when you click on quick edit, it just kind of gives you the basic things like the pub time and that sort of thing. It doesn't let you go in and actually edit the post, so we can just cancel out of that. So that's it. That's how you use posts. You click add new. You click on a post to edit it, and in the next video we will come back and we will look at pages and how to use those, when to use them, and they're very cool. I think you're going to like pages. See you in a minute.